Hey guys, this is Sarah's Night, and we're back with Let's Play Mega Man X8, and hopefully this will be the last video. It turns out I was remembering this wrong. Looking ahead in the walkthrough, I've been using a little bit, and it looks like there is kind of a full stage left. I forgot we actually do need to take on Vile one more time, and then it's Sigma, and there's a little bit of a level to go through too as well in the midst of that. I thought it was pretty much straight to the final battle. So let's get on with it.
Signals on the moon's surface. What is this?
I think it's Sigma.
Did I actually teleport back from the moon after this, or? I mean, I was already up there, wasn't I?
I can sense it too. It's him.
So you're saying
Well, of course, Zero can sense it.
Seemed like it.
You're the reason Sigma is what he is in the first place.
Well, this is it. Sigma, I'm coming for you. Here we go.
For finally the last time, yes. Oh, whoops. Let's go ahead and use slightly armored up X here. Even though I didn't go the full. Who have we not used in a while? You know what?
I'll give it a shot.
We'll take Zero's new love interest that he's totally clueless about, since she'll give us boss strategies. Oh, great. There is going to be no one to help us. Of course, the signal will be jammed at this time. Okay, now apparently the way this is going to go down is, and I totally did not remember this, there's going to be numerous copy Sigmas along the way. Including final boss Sigma. Let's switch out. Give Axel a chance to recover. Okay, yeah, I had to wait for timing on that when he was going to do an upward angle. You know, it's a good thing these guys with the shields, they don't really try to attack while shielding. They just kind of stay there in front of me, just to be a hindrance. Yeah, we're not using that attack. That sucks. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I wish I kind of remembered, though, how to do that double attack. Probably would have been helpful right there. Alright, final battle with Vile. And he's got ride armor with him.
You still refuse to give up your
Oh
strong
my
arm.
gosh, Vile of all people to talk, there is a complete lack of self-awareness there.
So blind that you somehow convinced yourself that hope remains?
Storyline-wise, I've defeated him at least 3 times in battle. X1, X3, and once already at the orbital elevator in this game.
As long as I'm standing,
You can actually fight him more times than that optionally. If I recall in X3, well, no. No, you can just optionally defeat him before the final stages in X3 if you go to like one of the secret areas in any one of the Maverick stages. That's how that went down.
I suppose it'd be a waste to just destroy you now. Maybe I'll wait till the last possible moment and have
Um,
some fun with this.
yeah, that wouldn't be very wise considering I've defeated you several times before, not the other way around. Probably shouldn't take any chances there, buddy. Okay, so apparently we need to take him out of his right armor using shield break. And I think he is weak to X's ice attack. Kinda wish he had a life bar that I could see. The problem here is, in order to take him out of his right armor with Axel, I actually need to switch over to Axel's other attack. That takes up a little bit of time. Of course, I could do it the easy way in this case and use the start menu for that instead of... So yeah, why don't we play it the smart way instead of making myself vulnerable while switching in real time. I hate this attack. Can't seem to... Oh, that was easy. Oh. I mean, I know I had his weakness weapon going, but... Didn't think he was going to go down after just like 5 or 6 hits. Oh well, why am I complaining? Actually, let's let X recover that. There's Copy Sigma, and he's already gone. Defeat him a little bit more easily than I thought I would, but nevertheless, let's not get too cocky. There might be several of these along the way.
Leave it to me.
These little purple orbs he's shooting at actually seem to block my shots too. Okay, my game's slowing up here. This is not good. What's going on here? Oh, woohoo, woohoo. Alright, well, at least X can recover all of that. If I just give it some time. Alright, I wonder if I can reach the guy over there. Yes. And it looks like he's holding some energy for me. No? What is this item sitting down up here? Or at least it looked like one. Alright, good stuff. We are fully recharged here. Well, now we have Copy Sigma with a shield. The laser seems to be doing well enough right now. Unfortunately, oh, sorry if you heard that. That was a mic bump. Trying to scratch my nose. Now we got two Sigmas, at least one with a shield down here, and I have to avoid going down into the spikes at the same time. You don't wonder if I can just whoops. Yeah, I tried to slab forward before hitting the ground, and that just did not work out.
Ready. Good luck. I'll take care of it. Take this. Take this.
That one was wielding a saber. And I should have gotten that for Axel. Yeah, I thought we just headbutt him to death. Does kind of suck that you can only get one prickle barrier at a time, but I do understand why. It's also nice that we can take care of that one just off screen. All right. Okay, I was kind of sliding by accident there by pressing the directional button too much. We need to be careful about that. I'm really not too keen on doing this right here. Wonder if I should just take damage from Sigma and then just kind of use the invincibility to carry myself across, because I'm going to get hit anyway if I just try to air slide over. Okay, let's just do it. Okay, Axel can recover with that. Ho ho! Nice game. Really? Got a spike wall right there where if I just jump up underneath it, I'm pretty sure. I'm shocked. I think I still kind of hit the ceiling, but Alright, seriously, what is the deal here? This is so wrong. Uh,
Leave it to me.
oh boy.
Good luck. Here I come.
Where to go? Ugh. That was just taking me back down below. I should have realized where I was. Okay, well, there's no need to go through this a third time on camera, so I'll just see y'all back at the point where I died. Okay, we're back. Do not know where to go from here. Oh. Okay. But now I gotta get all the way over there. Okay. That looked like a much larger gap than what I thought before, so I didn't know if I was gonna make it hovering over. But it looks like I did easily. Alright, this is where we fight Sigma. I remember this room now that I've come across it. Nice little area for the final battle, but before that, let's take a gander at the walkthrough. Let's just go ahead and not waste any time trying to figure out what his weakness is. So X's Shining Ray or Axel's Ray Gun. As much as I do like the effects of the Spiral Magnum, makes a nice bullet sound too. Looks like we won't be using that.
Warning. Warning.
What's with Sigma's new getup?
The prototype of the new Reploids. I'm surprised you've made it this far.
Hey, stop calling me a prototype. I'm me. And you're a maverick.
You are a puny and weak prototype. Nothing more.
Well, you said so yourself. I did make it this far.
Far from developed. That's why you were left out.
The Mavericks are one club I'd prefer to be left out of.
Only the pure, new generation.
Nice comeback, Axel.
My children are worthy.
I mean, the children, like 10 of whom I've slaughtered on the way here.
Your children?
Yes, prototype. My children.
You know, there was one thing I remembered that I always thought was kind of funny. I remember Sigma saying this with a lot more, like, drama, kind of a sneer, like, yes, my children.
The new generation.
But I guess not. I was just remembering it that way.
All their copy chips containing my personal data. And now the final phase of that project begins. You shall be destroyed.
You know, the only thing I've caught on to so far, how this all connects with taking over the elevator and thus the moon, was that, at least according to Val, he said something like, well, you know, if we can't take over the Earth, the Mavericks will just make a new home on the moon instead.
Bring it on.
Either way, we're going to make no room for the humans. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to cling to the wall on that. I was thinking I could slide under it. You know, if I recall, this was actually his only form. So I'm kind of surprised that, I mean, he's probably going to power up halfway through and become a lot more difficult to damage, or his attacks will be hard damaging, and the game's slowing up again. I do not know why this is a problem right now. Well, I'm using up a lot more time this way. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a tag out ability right here. Or the time to do that. Woo! Oh, and I guess I can just shadow dash through him if I time it right. Even if the wall's on fire. Okay, I need to tag Axel in. I wasted too much damage with... And I'm gonna have to knock him out of his shield. Crap. Well, he is certainly powering up. Okay, I did not realize I had knocked him out of his shield. I swear I did. Or maybe he just goes out of it on his own. I guess I can jump through the rings. Well, this is going to be close, but... Finally got him.
Could you destroy the old world? New age.
I do like how Sigma has a final cry of defeat in particular this time. At least an audible one. He didn't have much to say, but it did definitely sound like...
Are you okay?
Am I okay? Of course.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Now
That
you
wasn't
can
the end. I have to fight Lumine now.
satisfied. Thanks to you, the plan has gone smoothly.
It's like it was a trick all along about his kidnapping or something.
Were you just used by Sigma?
Used? I don't think so. You see, he merely helped my plan along.
I was doing the using.
The new generation Reploids have been awakened, and the new world is at hand.
And we don't really question this. We were just like, okay. Guess we're fighting him now.
Come on.
Well, I have no life. I have no idea. Hopefully, if I do lose this battle, and I will, the checkpoint will be right before Lumine instead of having to do Sigma again, so I'll come back with full health. I'm kind of willing to risk that since, you know, if I can do that, come back with full health at the beginning of this fight, and not have to use up any going through Sigma again, then, you know, my energy tanks won't possibly go to waste. Alright, but first, let's see what Luminae's strategy is. Exploiting the weaknesses that he takes on when using various Maverick weapons. For instance, hitting him with Shadowrunner when he starts using Antonion's attack. Oh crap. Okay, so this is interesting. I forgot about this. Luminae actually will kind of pull a Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat 1 and use a previous boss's attacks, and I guess whatever the weakness all of the Maverick bosses have whenever he switches to their form, that's the weakness weapon I will use. This is not his only form either. He had a powered up form after this, so it just kind of keeps going. This is kind of like a final. I mean, really, this is two different people, but that we've been fighting. But all in all, there's 3 phases of the fight, in just like in most X games. I mean, for instance, in X1, it was Sigma's dog, Velgater, which I always loved that name for some reason. Then regular Sigma, and then like a powered up Sigma, and a big, you know, big giant mecha of some sort. Let's just try to survive as long as we can and get used to seeing his attacks and stuff. Let's not just die right away. Okay, so that's Antonion, the gravity guy, and so Shining. Oh no, that's the Trilobite guy. Do not remember what his weakness is. Let's. Okay, I thought I had the green spinner on. Apparently I didn't.
Come on.
Ready.
Alright, good. We start back at Luminae.
Come on.
Alright, did the green spinner do... Oh, I can't just highlight it and press start. I actually have to select it. Derp. Okay, yeah, that seems to be it. Okay, and next was, I think that was Antonian, so... No, Shining Ray was Dark Mantis's weakness weapon, I believe, so... Was it Shadowrunner? We're about to find out. Yeah, so when the blocks start staggering, that's when have a bit of an issue dodging them. Okay, so that's the ice guy, I think. Okay. Sorry guys, game is kind of randomly. Well, when not inexplicably shielded, I don't really get the pattern on that. It does seem as though the Milk Creeper was doing a lot of damage. Okay, we're back to Trilobite now. This is an interesting fight right here. Okay, that's Burn Rooster. So, Ice Gatling it is. And we need Axel to definitely recover from that. Yeah, I really can't tell when it is that, you know, when it's supposed to be that Axel has the, Lumine has this, invincibility up. Okay, that's Gigabolt. No idea. I think it's either going to be Squeeze Bomb or Crystal Wall. Those seem to be the last two options. Alright, X, recover from that. And the Spiral Magnum is not doing it, so... And no, that would be, No, maybe it is the Black Arrow. Well, it seems to be doing well enough. Of course, he's in another phase now. I didn't realize that. Or is it still Gigavolts? Okay. We are back to Antonian, so... I think it was Shadow Runner. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's not over yet. Okay, so let's see what his next phase is about. So apparently Lumine is going to be invulnerable most of this fight. Great. And actually, it says that in X's armored form, I think it says, if I'm using the Icarus Buster, so that must be Buster Parts I. I think that's what I have equipped, where he has like kind of the concentrated laser if I charge it up to a second phase. But apparently the half charge one is actually going to do more damage, so that's less time. He just seems to... It's just kind of a no-sell on that one, I guess. So that's what we'll do with X, and I'm not seeing any... Not seeing any, Not seeing any weakness weapon he has, so... Alright, here we go. Okay, yeah, we're good. Let's do this. No, don't quit the game. Just go back. Thank you.
Lumine, what are you doing? Don't tell me you've gone Maverick too.
Well, he is now.
Maverick? You don't really think that's the case, do you?
I don't know why. He looks like such a pansy, but I kind of like his design and his voice actor. Really, you're trying to play on X's pacifist. Oh well, what everybody else seems to see as a weakness in him, which is why he never really rose in rank in Hunter, despite how many times he's defeated Sigma and all.
Copy chips we new generation Reploids possess? They were derived from data from hundreds of old model Reploids. That means, of course, that Sigma was also included in the mix. Do you understand what I'm getting at here?
Actually, no, I don't. Please elaborate.
Sigma? Does that mean that all go nuts like he did?
Sorry, but prototypes like you don't have the specs to cause something like that.
Was that supposed to be an insult? Because I'm pretty sure Axel would be relieved to hear that.
Was Sigma really crazy?
Yes, he was. He always was. I think that's why he kind of became the ultimate bad guy. He had it in him all along, even before Zero gave him the virus. It's just more just bringing out his true nature.
He had his reasons. The rest of us new Reploids could turn like that at any moment. This decision to wage battle against the old world was made consciously.
And I think it can pretty much all boil down to this is all Wily's fault, ultimately. Wily not only hated Mega Man, but
Do you really have what it takes to stop us?
all humans.
You're merely tools of the humans, tools of the old world. You think you can stand up to those of us who have evolved this far?
Again, you mean all the evolved beings I have fought through, made it all the way to you and Sigma.
Therefore, it's only natural that evolution take its
I would say that, you know, on an individual basis, I'm still far more powerful than... What? How dare you hit me?
Don't let him get to you, X. He's the enemy.
Enemy, ally. This issue isn't so black and white. Reploids, along with humanity,
I like Lumine's
have
crazy eyes here.
changed. The nature of their existence has also changed. You are not needed in our new world.
You can babble all you want, but we're not gonna let you get away with this.
I'm guessing it's the game itself, or Steam acting up. I don't think it was the game's fault that actually, the subtitles and the audio were actually, you know, really off kilter there. Oops, didn't mean to charge all the way up. Okay, yeah, he may seem to be taking a lot of damage now and going down quickly, but I remember he does get a lot stronger when you take out about 2/3 or 3/4 of his HP. I guess this is going to be pretty much up to X now. If I die at this point, I'm sure I'm going to go back to the beginning of the Lumine phase. But I have a lot of energy tanks, so... Yeah, he really does seem to be very vulnerable to just the halfway charged up shot. You know what, let's go ahead and... And apparently I have a total of about one more full life bar, even if I really mess up. Okay, he's getting to me though. Because I'm not really able to damage him right now. By the way, where did we teleport to? I remember him saying that too before he kind of powers up. So retarded. Paradise Lost? What is that? Uh-oh. Whoop, okay, yeah, life bottle half. Well, this is all I got. And at the rate I'm going, it's actually not looking too good. Okay, got him once there. Maybe I have to get him in the back. And since Axel's out of commission, I am... Wait, that's all he did? Just kind of teleport around? I guess maybe if I didn't hit him fast enough, he was going to do something pretty big every time he came back on screen, but... I'm not going to complain. I'm glad I managed to do this on...
You may have defeated me, but it's too late to stop what's already begun.
I'll take on plenty more like you if that's what it takes.
Yeah, Axel, don't tempt fate.
You really don't have a grasp of the situation, do you? Oh well. You'll find out soon enough.
Well, that's it, folks. It took me like 8 years, but at last we have completed the X series. Again, if you wish to see X1 through X4, that was on Ixzion's channel. If you weren't here with my channel from the very beginning, or don't know Ixzion or Shadow Fox or Atlantis or any of my other IRL buddies who have YouTube channels doing Let's Plays and the like, that was how this whole thing started. I actually started out with X5 like way back in 2013 because a little bit earlier that year I had Atlantis and Ixzion had done X1 through X4 together, and I did not know that until Ixzion got around to X4, and I just happened to be hanging out at Atlantis' house, and he goes, "Hey, Ixzion would like to do his Let's Play of Mega Man X4 today, so, you know, might as well join us on that," and I did. So you can check that out on Ixzion's channel, the Let's Play Mega Man X1 through X4s, and he didn't want to go past X4 because he thinks pretty much the rest of them suck, and I can't blame him, even though I do like X5 and X6, and again X8 is okay, but yeah, overall they're the latter half of the X games definitely not as good as the first four. So I was like, all right, well, you know, I'm down with X5 and X6 at minimum, so I'll go ahead and just kind of take up the LP series for you. And he goes, you do that, because I don't want to have anything to do with those games.
was saying a while ago. Well, don't let it get to you. Just becoming Sigma could hardly be called evolution.
Yep. For once he's right, even though he's kind of your anti-hero counterpart, X. Overall, you're the better man, but he's definitely got a point there. Sigma is a douche.
Reploids are destined to join the scrap heap when our evolutionary step does come about. We still have to fight, not only against Mavericks, but against our own destiny as well.
Yeah, I'm sure Axel's okay. Well, I'm guessing at the time they made this game, they figured that wasn't going to be the end of the series, but maybe X8 and X7 definitely was such a letdown, but popularity of this just wasn't enough to continue, so if it seems like the ending kind of just doesn't really seem like much of a finale for the whole entire series, well, I don't think they knew it was going to be at the time. But this is all we've got. Let's take a listen on the music here. I don't have much else to say. I guess I can do a quick ranking of all the X games. I'll tell you, again, X7 is by far the worst. I know the rest of them are really bad. A lot of people seem to hate X6, and I just don't get that. I just don't get the hatred for that. I mean, in fact, my only major problem with it offhand is a lot of the dialogue is just really stupid. I guess it's poor translation. But that didn't really affect the story. I was still interested in the story of it. It's just that the dialogue just, it wasn't represented very well through the dialogue. But everybody's griping about, like, the challenge factor of X6. I don't really think it was outright unfair like so many people are saying. There are a couple of parts where, yeah, I guess, but definitely should not have been enough to ruin the gameplay for you. And, I mean, the music and the gameplay was fast-paced and good, so, I mean, it was just like previous X games. But I would say, if I had to be honest, it used to be that X4 was my absolute favorite, but I don't know, I guess a few years ago I reconsidered, and I think being as objective as I can, X1 or X3 is still by far the best, and I give each of those games an 8.5, so X1 and X3 are the best. X7 is by far the worst, so I guess here's my quick ranking 1 out of 10 on every game. X1, 8.5. X2, a little bit of a drop in quality, but still pretty good. I would give it a 7. X3 is an 8.5, tied in first place with X1 for best of the X games. X4 is probably an 8 or an 8.25. X5, I think I like that about the same as X2, so I'm going to say offhand a 7 flat. X6, I'm going to give a 7.5. I'm sorry, but it's a good game. X7, whoa, just wow. It's kind of like the reason, I'm sure I've said this before at some point in this LP series, but it's like the Final Fantasy 13 of the Mega Man X series. It's the only one that's bad overall, and not just kind of bad, but pretty dang bad. So, because it pretty much has the worst of the X games in every broad category. Gameplay is the worst. Music is the worst. Story, yeah, I'm going to have to say on that. No, I mean, it's not like the X games were grand operatic stories in the first place. Oh, wait, right quick. What's this? The humans did not learn from There are mistakes, apparently, with their work on new generation Reploids, even after Lumine going Maverick. That's great. And somebody should have done a little revision here with the text. That's twice now that two words have been pushed together without space in between them. Humans or robots living together in harmony and equality. That was my ultimate wish. A quote from Dr. Light. Okay, anyway, so that's the end of X8. So X7, I mean, it was the worst in every. It had the worst of the entire series in every broad category, so that's why it's just. I mean, that's pretty much the reason why it's so bad. I give it a 3. And who knows, I might be kind of generous there. Like a 3 to me is like in video game exam school, you're graded a 33%. Like, not just fail, but pretty bad fail. Like, that's a really low F. And you'd be lucky if the school did not expel you after that. Kind of how I always saw that when I kind of have like a equivalent score, like what it would be like on an exam if you grade the same way you were in school, just making video games. Whenever I do a 1 to 10 scale rating on a video game, but yeah, X7 is a 3 flat. It's super bad. I mean, the next game up, X8, it's at least okay. I'll give it a 6. A 5.5 at absolute worst, which is still a low C, high D. So I mean, you know, it's not too bad. It's acceptable. So not the best note to go out on, but at least it didn't go out on X7. Holy crap. Again, X7 is the only one that's actually bad overall. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm sorry it took 8 years. I was just so dreading getting back into X7 so much. I could have finished this like easily by the end of 2014, but I dreaded having to get onto X7 after doing X6 and getting back into the groove of being a Resident Evil veteran of Resident Evil games. After like a 7-year hiatus off of that, I wanted to get on Resident Evil right away. I mean, not just LPing them like I did at the beginning, like I started doing that at the beginning of 2014, but just playing them for fun, on my own time. I must have played Resident Evil 1, 2, and 4 in particular just so many times over with so many different self-imposed challenges because they're such great games. Anyway, so that's the end of Mega Man X. Who knows? At random points in the future, I might go back over one of the Game Boy Mega Man games that I played over several times as a child, but might not be so familiar with now because it's been so long since I played them. But I remember them being pretty good. Not as good as NES overall, but for a Game Boy game, I think they were definitely quality. And we've also done, a long time ago, back in 2008, before I even started up my own channel a few years later, Lance and I also did Let's Play Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. So you can also check that out. It's either on my channel or his channel. I do not remember, but I will link you to that below. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you for whatever I do on the next LP.